Hey folks, it's Rob. Welcome back to Plague Inc. Evolved. Haven't played this one in maybe a year. It just came out of early access, so we actually now have a full release game. Which is awesome. I'm glad to see this has finally actually gotten its way through the early access process and as to make a complete game. Now, what do they have now? Well, we got a single-player mode where we have official scenarios, custom scenarios, speed run, the tutorial. They got one. They actually have one now. You can actually play multiplayer in co-op or versus. They have scenario creator. This is great. They actually have the stats leaderboards. Here, let's go and look. We have full options now. We can have the interface in normal or simple mode. We can have mouse over help. We got all kinds of stuff here. All the proper... Look, we have multiple sliders here. And we have... Oh, look at this multi-sampling. We have our various video modes. We can select. Controls are rebindable. We have language options. Amazing. It's a fully fledged game. And it's under $20. I'm pretty sure of that. In fact, it's on sale while it's in launch, basically, at the moment. I think it was like $13 on Steam. Well worth checking out. Because I certainly have had plenty of fun with it before. And it doesn't actually take that long to play in a single-player, regular main game. Now, I have unlocked all my stuff previously. So, I mean, I got all of my options. And I'm thinking, what to do right now? Let's do the Ndemic worm. Okay. Herbophile. Okay, cool. So instead of Zerophile... Actually, urban environments are pretty much nice places for for diseases generally, because there's a lot of nice population density. But Herbophile seems to work with the worm, I'm thinking. Let's see. Ionized HX means you get bonus DNA while devolving. That's the only thing I got unlocked there. Aquasite increases chance of plague spreading by sea. I'm fine with that. It's a worm. Darwinist, increased chance of plague mutating, okay, and ATP boost, bonus DNA at the beginning, more DNA from popping your orange DNA bubbles, get more DNA from popping red biohazard bubbles, or get bonus DNA from popping blue cure bubbles. This will give me more later. This will give me more early. And this is kind of mixed. I mean, basically when you spread to areas. So if you're successful, this will pay off well. If you're not successful, this will not pay off. I'm going to try this one. Okay. So we're going to play on... let's see. Doctors never go home. Sick people locked in prison. Compulsive hand washing. That is not realistic. Meanwhile, doctors work 3 days a week. Sick people ignored. 67.3% of people wash hands. A bit more realistic, but I would rather there be a space in between the two of them. Doctors work 5 days a week. But, we're just gonna have a nice... We're gonna have a nice, pleasant game while I just basically chat at you for a bit. Let's call it Trumpitis. Actually, no, Trumpitis would be more like a condition. That's what you get. This is the worm. What are we going to call the worm? Trumpolio. There we go. Okay. So where to start out in the world? Well, I kind of only have one choice for Trumpolio. So we're going to start in America. Okay, so now I've emerged in the world and I have infected 3 people with bad hair and skin. 4, 5. See, we're moving. Oh, it's an election year. It sucks. I hate election years. Why do I hate election years? Because honestly, you've already put up with 1 year of election at this point in the United States. It just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. Because of 24-hour fucking media, it doesn't stop. I honestly thought Trump was a joke campaign. I honestly thought he was just like selling a book or something, but no. North Korea uses peace rockets to save the International Space Station from space junk collision. Significant debris caused by explosion. You can use DNA points to evolve. I know. We're just kind of letting things happen. But, let's see, what kind of abilities can we get into? Trojan planes, manipulation of dopamine transporters, results in a form of ADHD which encourages hosts to fly to a target country. Drug resistance could be handy. Heat resistance, cold resistance. Or what symptoms do people get when they suffer Trumpolio? Now, actually having symptoms means you're much more likely to get noticed. Here you can see a little worm on top of the brain. Transmission. Concertina locomotion, ability to grip with portions of the body while pushing, pulling other sections, allow faster movement outside a host, increasing infectivity. I like that because it's creepy. Undulatory locomotion, so now the whole thing moves by undulating along. Yes, let's get around. And I'd like it to be transmitted in water, yeah. That leaves me with 2 points. Okay. I mean, right now you got... right now, as it stands here in late February, we have basically 2 primary Democratic candidates left. Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton. God help us. And I'm not very positive about Republicans either, because there's a whole slew of them, but basically you have Trump and some also-rans at the moment. Although Trump's not electable, it's... I mean, what are you going to do? Get Ted Cruz? Medicine in USA slowing infection. Yes, I know. But we started in the U.S., so it doesn't matter. It's slowing our infection rate. We haven't been noticed. So the drug resistance here means we'll break out once we get around to other countries. Now we have 14 DNA points again. So let's see. Eggs. Ndemic worm produces eggs that are ejected from the host brain in thousands, increasing infectiousness. I love it. Genetic swap. Worms are able to exchange genetic material inside host body, increases chance of mutation. Eggs hatch when experiencing an increase in warmth, likely due to nearby human activity, greatly increasing the chance of infection. Or we can get into some, like, bugs. And that's another thing popular in the news at the moment, is the Zika virus, and that's just kind of horrible. If it is actually doing what we think it does. But that's not really an entertaining, fun time kind of thing, so I'm not going to really discuss that much. Oh yeah, let's go back to politics, Rob. Okay. Oh, seriously. Sometimes we live in an age of wonders, and it's made up for by just people being shitter than ever. I don't know. The computer technology sitting on my desk was unheard of when I was a child. Everyone having a little pocket computer in their pocket that they can use to communicate with basically all the information available in the world is itself a small miracle. And yet, it is an everyday nothing now. Admittedly, it costs a couple $100. That's not nothing to a lot of people. But the fact that you can just whip out a device from your pocket, ask it pretty much any question, and get an answer. A reasonable answer. A useful answer. You want to know how I can, like, hang a door frame? I can watch a video of someone doing it. I can get instruction. I don't have to get a book. I don't have to go to the library. I don't have to go and ask an expert. I have an expert on hand all the time. You want to know about something? Look it up. It's easily done. You don't have to, like, crack open a book. Which is also a little worrisome, because people used to just know things. And I still know a lot of things, but let's go with a little drug resistance. It'll help us later. There we go. We're up to... That's helping it. Up to 100 now. Dancing Twig and Pot is best-selling Christmas toy. What do we got here? This respectful funeral goer forgot to press X. Trumpolio infects hundreds. Trumpolio has infected hundreds in the USA, increasing chances that an infected person will infect a healthy person. Keep evolving your disease. Yes. I mean, Hillary Clinton, I don't really like either Democratic candidate very much, but I guess if I have to choose between the two, I'm going to go for Bernie Sanders, because at least he seems like a genuinely decent person, which means a lot to me in my president. And I am an American, and I can vote in the United States. I live in the United States currently, although previously, when I was playing this game, I was not. Although I was still able to vote, because in absentia. Not that it matters that much. U.S. election systems are fucked, okay? You have what is considered the primary season, which is what we're in right now. Right now is the primary season, and that means individual states are holding state primaries to determine who will be the delegates of that state, their choice for their party. Okay, so you have like a Democratic and a Republican primary, and they're held essentially at the same time. Develop the neural breach symptom without using DNA points. I think that's actually okay. Yeah, we now have this like blinking. Tendril production in cerebral cavity begins, enables increased control over host brain. I love it. Let's do that. Just move it ahead. Yay! Trumpolio spreads to Mexico. Illegal American immigrants spread to Mexico. Oh, immigration. Fuck me. There's so much. So much. Right, like I was saying about the primaries. Okay, so primaries. So each state has their own primaries, but, and you think that'd be essentially equal, but it isn't. Because they all jockey for position. When I was a kid, these things didn't really start kicking off till like March. And now it kicks off in January. Because Iowa has to be first. Because it's a huge fucking circus. As all the media comes to town to watch Billy and Jim Bob go and vote for who's going to be their candidate for president. And I think we just had New Hampshire and South Carolina, and I think New Mexico is coming up shortly. Many states, basically by the time it gets around to their primary, everything's been decided because the campaigns have basically wound down to who's going to be in their party's candidate. And so there's plenty of folks. Ooh, we're getting to new places. Awesome. We're in the UK, Brazil. Now, come the summer, we'll actually have party conventions. More infected, more people in the world than TB is very infectious disease. Thank you. Nope, there goes a boat. Several boats. Canada, Central America, someplace. Maybe Panama. Oop, like that boat. Yep. Festival of Love in Central America. Central America celebrates the Festival of Love. Fans praise a replacement for International Kissing Day. Critics question hygiene standards. Well, we got plenty of DNA, so let's Worm can dehydrate to become lighter, allowing them to float on the wind, increasing effectivity, especially in arid conditions and plains. Yeah, let's do that too. We need to get into some of the trickier places of the world. Beta receptor blockers released, dampening anxiety in the host and lessening severity of allergic reactions to the worm. Yes. Hide the worm. Well, I think we'll hold on to the rest of our points for now. But look at this. The U.S. is getting rather infected. Oh, there we go. New Zealand, one of our harder spots. Yeah. I have played this game before. Be really interesting to play this as like a competitive or co-op game. Yeah, see, I told you, we just start breaking out all over the... Oh, Iceland, yes. New minor disease spreading, they've noticed us. But I've already infected about 125 million people. That's another nice thing about the U.S., even though it's like not the necessarily the best place to start, is that it is got a lot of connectivity. See, the USA started working on a cure. We can't be having that. You don't want to cure us. Let's see. I think we got a fair bit of transmission going on. Harder to concentrate on complex work, yes. Slow them down. They don't want to work on this. Pay attention to YouTube. And then memory loss, yes. Watch this cat video and then forget about your day. Okay. So yeah, once the summer primaries, basically once the party conventions happen, it's basically a done deal. And it'll have already been decided, essentially, who's going to be the Republican candidate and who's going to be the Democratic candidate. And then the actual election actually kind of gets started, because then it's a matter of who will the undecideds vote for. Will they vote for the Democrats or the Republicans? I wish there was more options than that in U.S. politics. I really do. And technically there are. I'm actually registered as one of those other options, but honestly, third parties just have no chance in the United States. It is a point of principle that I am registered otherwise, but it is, in practical effect, I'm going to end up throwing my vote probably for, God, I don't know who. We are just getting around. USA shuts down seaports. No! Don't do that. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, we don't want any lethality. No, no. Reduces anxiety in hosts and minimize severity of reactions. We like that. Psychosis. Occasional states of psychosis and personality shifts to better accommodate the worm. Yeah. Accommodate the worm's needs. Fortunately, we're outside of the United States, so our water transmission method is still working well. But there are still places we need to get to, like Madagascar and Greenland. And I think I'm just going to have to up the water transmission. And let's get some more eggs involved. And then, yeah, worm eggs can thrive in unsanitized water. Love it. Okay. That should really set us moving. Especially in places where there is more unsanitized water. Trumpolio has infected more people in the world than the common cold. I mean, I think we're approaching maximum infectivity in the United States. Yeah, everybody's infected. Trumpolio placed on watch list. Yeah, we don't want no cures. Don't want no cures. I'm not hurting nobody. Don't worry about Trumpolio. Trumpolio is only here to make your lives better, petty human beings. Understand that this world will be mine. Look at that. Oh, spreading through Russia now. I think maybe some cold resistance will help us get into some of the places I need to get into. Right. And maybe another little more on the drug resistance. I don't know. See, like, Iceland is a wealthy country. How are we doing in Iceland? Yeah, we've only infected 500 people in Iceland. Oh, we are in Madagascar now. Still have to get into Greenland, which is a pain. Especially since the U.S. has shut down our seaports. We are getting our inland spread now of Africa. Iceland leading global cure effort. Ow! Frontal mesh symptom mutated. I'll have to see what that actually does. But I want to pop the blue bubble before we do anything. Okay. Right. What's this frontal mesh? Yes, I can mentally manipulate my hosts now. Well, that's good. Immaturity. Or we can go into Perceptive Jolt. Or Adoration. Surges of testosterone and estrogen hijack host symptoms, create desire, and spread infection. I love it. Join us! There we go. Surges of dopamine and serotonin compel the host to constantly think about the worm and triggers intense rushes of pleasure. Love it. All these flights are infected. Yes, there we are. We're in Greenland now. There's just so much disease moving around. And yeah, I could fight the cure. The cure is only at 16% though. See, Greenland just shut its ports. I just got in. What I have to do now is actually make sure I crush Greenland without getting them to go and, like, kill everybody who's infected. So, let's improve our cold resistance a bit more, and our drug resistance. This should allow us to spread a bit faster. Trumpolio mutation patterns extraordinary. Scientists are struggling to understand the extraordinary mutation patterns of Trumpolio. World Health Organization researchers say this setback will damage cure efforts. Awesome. Peru legalizes worm. Stop and search. Alright. The world is focused on a cure now, which I hate. Still a few flights getting around. But that's okay. I think we've infected basically every country on Earth. Yeah. Yeah, we're everywhere. Now, it is kind of warm down here, and Angola might still get away if I don't do heat resistance. So we'll do that. And let's see here, transcendence. Yes, worship us as a god. We need worm cultists. Trumpolio. Normal life in Madagascar is starting to break down due to Trumpolio. Cure research is starting to slow. See, there we go. Spain is in anarchy. Countries are breaking down because they are worshipping the worm. Infected worship Trumpolio. See? People infected with Trumpolio are reporting visions of rapture and a glorious new overlord species. Without a cure, life as we know it will be over. No, it'll just change a bit. No more stupid election campaign seasons. Just trust the worm. Trust the worm. You don't need this cure. Still having trouble in Angola. The thing is about Angola is that it is a warm, relatively dry climate. There we go. That should help. Yeah, see, now we're moving. I need to evolve to kill? I don't need to kill. I don't need to kill. I just need to take control. I see no reason to have to kill all my subjects. Trumpolio will control you all. See, we've infected everyone in Greenland. It's basically just Angola left. CDC teams hunt patient 0. CDC dispatches teams worldwide to try to identify the Trumpolio patient 0. They hope that the information learnt will accelerate development of a cure. They're looking for Trump. You're not finding Trump. Nobody dead. Everything's shut down, admittedly. But nobody... Well, actually, some people have died. Ain't my fault, though. That's just your anarchy. There are no healthy people left in the world. Last healthy person on the planet became infected with Trumpolio. Okay. So now, I have control. Basically. Angola's population now worships the Ndemic worm. So, I only have 28 DNA points to play with, unfortunately. Because, you know, we got our godhead. I don't actually want to make this thing lethal, though. But this will help fight the cure. New obsession eradicating parasitic worms. No! First death in Japan from Trumpolio. Trumpolio enslaves humanity. The whole world of worships Trumpolio as their god and master. Efforts to cure the plague have ceased, and humanity is entering a dark new future as slave species. See, there we go. Everything is mine. No need to worry. Trumpolio has your back. We'll protect you from all those immigrant people from elsewhere, and anyhow. It's been fun coming back to this. And I'm glad to see it's finally out. Although basically this aspect of the game was essentially working before. I'm going to have to see if I can get into some of the... get someone else who has the game to see about the multiplayer mode. Yeah, that's it for Trumpolio. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great day, folks. Goodbye.